Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Chemical Engineering. Today I am going to introduce about the which are the different modes of the heat transfer and what are the different laws are going to involving in the heat transfer. In the previous introduction class of the video, I had shared the link on the description box. In that, I had explained you about that what is the exactly heat transfer, what are the different applications of the heat transfer, and which are the different modes of the heat transfer. So generally, conduction, convection, and the radiation. These are the different three modes of the heat transfer. So now what are the different theorem or what are the different bases going to involving while there is a transferring of the heat from one place to another place. Now in the heat transfer you are supposed to consider that is the hot body and the cold body. So let us start for that. So, firstly, the conduction. Whenever you are going to talk about the conduction, so this particularly form of the mechanism is going to involving in the solid form, right? Is the most important, right? Which is the firstly based upon the Fourier's law, which is involving the heat transfer between the solid from one place to or one body to the another body, right? Now how can you calculate the q here, or what is the statement of the Fourier's law? So q, Fourier's law, so q is equal to the minus ka dt by the dx, right? So let us start. What is the q? Is nothing but the thermal conductivity, right? K is nothing but the thermal conductivity, which is noted as what should be the ability of the heat is going to transfer, right? A is nothing but the how much area is going to occupied while the heat transfer is going on, right? X factor is the dt, that is nothing but the temperature difference, which is denoted as what is the temperature between the hot and the cold bodies, right? Dx, which is indicates as the distance or the length, right? So Fourier's law state that these are the all important parameters while you are going to calculating the heat, right? Or whenever the conduction is going to occur, so this particularly law or the theorem is important one. Now what are the different application of this particularly type of the conduction, right? So general brick wall of the furnace, it is also used into the metal sheet of the boiler, it is also used into the metal wall of the heat exchanger, right? Because these all the mechanism is generally involving in the solid, means there is the transferring in the form of the solid. At that time you are supposed to use this conduction in which the Fourier's law is the best concept, right? Let us move towards the second mode of the heat transfer, that is the convection, right? Second mode of the heat transfer, that is the convection. So convection is generally mechanism is generally used in the form of the fluid. So how the convection is going to occur? So there are the different two ways of the convection. That is nothing but the it can be occur the naturally, can occur into the two way. First one is the natural convection and second one it is the forced convection, right? These are the basic two classification or the two type of the convection. Now let us start that what is exactly the natural heat is going to transfer to the one body to the another body. So at that point density difference is going to involving. So the base should be the density difference in the natural convection, right? So the base should be the density difference into the natural convection. Now, second is the force convection. So, in the force convection, heat is going to transfer through the external agency like a heat pump, agitator, reactors, vessel, pumps, fans, or the blowers. So, these are the different ways that you are supposed to provide the force to a particular system to form the Newton's law of a cooling is involved, which is stated as Q is equal to HA delta T, right? Nothing but again the heat, right? H is what? That is the heat transfer coefficient, right? It is A is the again area, right? A is the area, that is the temperature difference, which is calculated as the TF minus TS, right? Now what is the TF? The TF is indicate that what is the temperature of the fluid, and TS is indicate that what is the temperature of the surface. So you are supposed to consider here delta T, that is the difference between the two temperature. That is not the concept of the mode of the heat transfer is the radiation, which can be occurs due to the electromagnetic wavelength. Electromagnetic wavelength, that is called as a lambda, right? That is called as a lambda. So the example of the radiation is nothing but the energy that you can take from the sun, or maybe you can absorb the some form of the energy in the solar panel. So generally this radiations are transmit, absorb, or the reflect, right? Transmit, absorb, or the reflect. So these are the different three important ways is going to involving in the radiation. So there are the different type of the bodies is going to involving in the radiation, that is the black body, white body, opaque body, transparent body, and the real body, which is based upon the this particular type of the principles, right? Let us discuss about the what is the black body, right? So black body, you can consider it is the perfect emissivity and the absorptivity. So black body is nothing but the perfect body, right? So white body is the perfect reflector. They are going to take the emission from or the fraction in the wavelength from the black body, right? So you can consider the gray body become the fraction of the black body. So whatever the energy is going to emitted from the black body, so they can take in the form of the fraction, right? Next is the opaque body. So any transmission or the emission is going to occur in the opaque body, right? Opaque body means this what? Real body is the practical object which is varies with respect to the emissivity. Like there are the different type of the laws is going to involving with respect to this different type of the bodies, right? So firstly it involve the Kirchhoff law, it is going to involving the Planck's law, it is going to involving the Wind's displacement law, it is also involving the most important for the black body, that is the law of a black body, that is the Stephen Boltzmann law, right? So these are the all different things is going to involving whenever you are going to talk about the modes of the heat transfer. So in the conduction, Fourier's law is going to involving, in the convection Newton's law of a cooling is involving, and the radiation with respect to the different type of the body, you are supposed to consider the different type of the laws. So in my next video, I will explain you about that which are the different types of the law is going to involving in the radiation with respect to this different type of the bodies, right? So if you understand these all different basic concept of the heat transfer, right? So please like and subscribe my channel, that is chemical engineering. Thank you so much for the watching.